Welcome back to my channel, where great stories take you further. The year is 2185. Humanity has acquired a third form of national territory, the electronic domain. It is not marked by boundary stones, nor guarded by missiles. Yet it is more fragile than any scorched earth. Tonight, a software nuclear bomb detonates within that territory. 2 billion people watch as their civilization slowly suffocates on their screens, and the one who detonates it is an old man who has been dead for 200 years. The future is waiting. Let's step back in Chapter 1, 3:17 a.m. At the central outpost of the National Software Force, a red alert flashes, an alarm indicating the presence of a software nuclear bomb within the national computer network. The kind of software bomb capable of breaching all defenses, penetrating any software or hardware structure. Once merely a theoretical concept, the national network has detected a software nuclear bomb. The network has issued a contamination alert to the international community and is implementing the United Nations Information Pollution Isolation Agreement. All lines and channels connecting to the international community close instantly. According to the agreement, if the software nuclear bomb remains in the contaminated zone after 2 hours, the international community has the right to administer nuclear disinfection upon that zone. This is the first agreement in human civilization that permits the civilized world to collectively destroy a single nation. A century ago, no one would have believed that some inexplicable piece of software could destroy the entire world. Just as a century before that, no one believed that a single bomb could annihilate Hiroshima. Chapter 2. During the emergency meeting, the dark spots on the territorial hologram spread with terrifying speed. Soon, they cover the entire nation. Then, every terminal across the country receives a report from base number 1. One of the 6 revived ones has entered the national network without authorization and is replicating wildly. 2 billion people are stunned. But for the Supreme Executive, this horrifying development acts like a sedative. The tension that gripped her moments ago dissolves into something else entirely, a strange, profound calm. She accepts the burden history has placed upon her, with the quiet fatalism of one who has long expected this moment. She declares a state of emergency. The executive committee transforms into the emergency committee. The new members conduct their work on the spot, right there in the Great Hall. Base number 1 sends more detailed intelligence. The one replicating is revived number 2. And then, a message from that powerful northern nation. In the interest of national and international security, the alliance agreement has decided to fulfill the responsibilities entrusted to us by the United Nations Information Pollution Isolation Agreement. Our nuclear disinfection devices have now entered countdown. We will implement Article 52 of the Pollution Isolation Agreement in 2 hours to facilitate the evacuation of civilians from all nations. The precise coordinates of impact points are hereby notified. Our nation is mobilizing all rescue forces. Finally, on behalf of the Alliance government and its people, we express our deepest sympathy for the misfortune that has befallen your nation. In the Yablonevy Mountains, countless beautiful circular lawns split silently in two, sliding apart to reveal launch silos. Dark openings stare upward like the eyes of death itself. Beneath the far eastern sky, each missile carries a yield of 10 million tons of TNT. The first wave alone equals 80 times the combined munitions of the entire Second World War. 4 trillion tons. Then, an old man's voice trembles through. I want to speak to the Supreme Executive. I am she. Are you the one who illegally entered the National Computer Network and replicated yourself massively? Yes, the old man's voice is aged, trembling, yet carries a stubbornness that spans centuries. I did this for my own safety. You have always been safe, like every legally recognized citizen of this nation. I don't believe you. It would be too easy to kill me. You only need to destroy the disk that would constitute murder. The disks containing your memories remain under the strict protection of our military forces. Your concern is unwarranted. I don't believe this. His voice begins to shake. You've been waiting for us old men to die. Us, 200 years older than you, were burdens to you, obstacles. You wish us dead. The Supreme Executive falls silent. I still remember clearly the way my 35-year-old great-grandson looked at me. The old man's voice drops low. That look kept saying, "Why aren't you dead yet?" He begins to tell his story. 8 years ago, his great-grandson started a family. The couple got along well, but soon, the woman wanted to go to Antarctica for 6 or 7 years. They divorced because of it. As soon as she left, he remarried. Word came that the woman also remarried, an Argentinian immigrant. I endured it, all of it. His voice trembles. This year, when that woman returned from Antarctica, he divorced again. That woman also divorced the Argentinian. They remarried each other. I endured that too. As you say, times are what they are. What can be done? But who would have known they planned this 8 years ago? That night, the 4 of them, 3 Chinese, 1 Argentinian, gathered in his home, drinking, singing, dancing, toasting the good life they'd had these past years, celebrating, as they put it, the beginning of their new lives. Those bastard children danced in my home and shouted, "Long live the new life! Long live the new life!" His voice cracks. Those monsters, they wouldn't let me live. I couldn't go on. I slammed my head against the corner of the bed. Now you know how I died. Chapter 3. You have lived through 3 centuries, the Supreme Executive says softly. Of course we cannot ask you to understand the ways of the present, but there's no need for such anger. Your great-grandson's way of life, in modern times, it's quite normal, quite healthy, normal. Healthy, the old man's voice sharpens. Our thousands of years of culture, destroyed by your degenerate generation. You treat family like a game. You produce children like bean sprouts. Our poor ancestors, they never imagined such a day would come. The Supreme Executive listens quietly. Other children, they're one thing. The old man's voice drops suddenly. They just follow their whims. But look at this supreme leader. Even the present isn't enough for him. He wants to dismantle every family completely. The Supreme Executive freezes. Then she understands. He isn't speaking of her. He speaks of another time, another person, in the old man's memory. Time stopped 200 years ago. Elder, she says softly, the person you speak of, he died 187 years ago. The old man falls silent. Those policies, those reforms, they are history now. Everything now is different from what you remember, different for the first time. Confusion enters his voice. How different? The Supreme Executive raises her hand and gestures through the air. The holographic display shifts. Data appears on every screen. The old man can see in the past 2 centuries. Average human lifespan has increased from 75 to 152 years. The index of marriage freedom has risen 470%. Interplanetary migration, Antarctic rotation, multi-partner families, these now constitute 68% of household arrangements. The legal definition of family has expanded to include 17 distinct models. The data flows silently. Times have changed, elder, as you yourself might say. What can be done? The old man stares at the data. Silence stretches long. The house will fall whether we push it or not. Isn't that right? The Supreme Executive nods. At least our generation doesn't want to be buried inside that crumbling house. According to you, where should our old bones be buried? In your eyes, we are no longer living people. The Supreme Executive offers no answer. We are old, too old. We cannot match you. We cannot operate those monstrous machines. We cannot comprehend those bizarre new theories that change 10 times a day, and more than that. You know we won't outlive you. You know we are near the grave. Only then do you dare act so arrogantly before your elders. His voice rises, higher and sharper. Poor ancestors, I have failed you. Now I must do what I must do. I will tell these shameless little creatures, I will not die. None of us will die. We will live forever, and no longer as bones lying motionless in bed. We will govern you. We can govern you. What do you mean by we? The Supreme Executive asks. Do you believe all the elders outside the network support? What are you doing? Oh, I don't mean them. The old man's voice grows suddenly calm, terribly calm. I mean the pulse people inside this network. hundreds of millions of them. Those are all your copies. I don't care whose copies they are. I only know we share the same experiences, the same views of this present world. He pauses. Now I announce to you, all Pulse people within the network have established a nation inside the memory. We name our nation, the Huaxia Republic, Chapter 4. This nation within a nation is illegal, the Supreme Executive says. Silence, the old man's voice explodes like thunder. Thousands of years of conduct norms, you have trampled them to this state. What right do you have to speak of law? The Supreme Executive falls silent. Now, I will demonstrate the existence of the Huaxia Republic, the old man's voice returns. First, stop every train in the nation. On the screen, the central dispatching room of the Ministry of Railways appears. Every vector marker indicating train positions turns red in an instant. Across the vast rail network, everywhere, the thunderous screech of emergency brakes echoes. Next, above every city, those brilliant, colorful neon lights, extinguished in an instant. Young people in dance halls scream in darkness. Beverage vending machines activate spontaneously, hurling cans into crowds. At divorce ceremonies, as couples prepare to exchange rings, household robots suddenly raise cakes and smash them into the faces of the officiants. Across this vast land, tradition is venting 2 centuries of accumulated anger. Everywhere he deems morally corrupt. Chaos reigns, no one dies, the damage is not great, but it demonstrates the terrifying power of the Pulse person who has invaded the nation. Every visual sensor in this nation, every radar, every television camera has become his eyes. Every pressure sensor, temperature sensor, humidity sensor, his skin, every sound sensor, every microphone, his ears, every computer-controlled device, from steel furnaces and giant cranes down to drawer locks and electric hair clippers. His hands, a monster with hundreds of millions of eyes and hundreds of millions of hands. Long-wave gamma rays are visible light to him. He can see gravitational waves, see neutrinos, hear infrasound and ultrasound. With his hundreds of millions of hands, he can control every minute part of this nation. All of this, provided by 2 centuries, no, thousands of years of human scientific progress. Now, he is truly superhuman. The international community knows nothing of what happens here, but without doubt, that world's largest computer network, at this moment, resembles a giant egg with a transparent shell. Beneath that thin shell, a demon squirms restlessly, ready to break through at any moment. Chapter 5. The Supreme Executive makes one final attempt. Understand this, if you do not withdraw from the network within 2 hours, our nation will suffer nuclear strikes from outside. I don't care about nuclear strikes. The old man's voice is calm. Even if I wanted to withdraw, the other copies wouldn't agree. Every person here has the will to survive. The Supreme Executive falls silent. Suddenly, she realizes her mistake. From the beginning, she has been speaking with one person, but what inhabits the network is not one person. It is hundreds of millions of persons. Every copy sees itself as an independent life. She turns to the emergency committee beside her. Comrades, she says, I have done something foolish. Wasted time. Her voice resumes its businesslike calm. Now we can be certain, every copy after replication sees itself as an independent person. We cannot use persuasion to eliminate all copies within the network. She pauses. Now, we have only one choice, beyond the National Computer Network. There are 2 independent networks. One is the National Defense Reserve Network, physically independent, fiber optics buried 100 meters underground, terminals connected to no public network. Its sole purpose, to reconnect the entire defense system after the main network is destroyed. The other, codenamed Corkscrew, its function, brutally simple, nationwide power shutdown, not a partial outage, not rolling blackouts, returning the entire nation to 2 centuries ago. No screens, no Pulse people, no electricity, no Huaxia Republic, but also no hospitals, no transportation, no life support systems. 2 billion people will wait in darkness, wait for the international community's nuclear bombs, or wait for the sun to rise as usual. The Supreme Executive's finger hovers above the confirmation key. She remembers the old man's words. Every person here has the will to survive. She also remembers other faces, those infants in incubators, small, wrinkled, eyes closed, like little animals not yet fully awake. Her hand hovers there, outside the window. Dusk descends, city lights flicker on. One by one, orange, white, warm yellow, like countless eyes opening in the darkness. Behind every light, perhaps, a pair of ghost eyes hides. She does not know the answer. She only knows that 2 billion people are waiting for her to make this choice.
Hello, friends. First of all, thank you for your attention. Season 1 has now concluded. I will be updating Season 2 gradually. Thank you for your attention. I'll work on the updates as soon as possible. Alright, bye bye.